Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to have a look at Liam Gallagher's Wall of Glass. Thank you guys for helping me support this one. I wasn't sure which one to do. I think a lot of people want to hear, some might say as well, so I could well work on that one after this. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this lesson. So we're going to start off by having a look at the main riff of the song. It's in the introduction, pre-chorus and also chorus. It's a really great part. I decided to use the Stratocaster today, but the single coils. It's got a nice jangly sound to it, so we'll see what that sounds like. It's going to go like this. So we're going to be starting this with an E flat power chord at the 6th fret of the A string, and then going over to a B flat power chord, so it's just one string up. Then we're going to slide 2 frets up to our C power chord, down to G, and we're going to repeat that twice. On the third time round, we're going to do the E flat and B flat as usual. Then this time we're going to slide all the way up to the 10th fret, which is our D power chord, or you could do it down here as 5th fret of the A string, whichever one you prefer. Then we're going to go to G power chord, so our 10th fret of the A string. Then we're going to hang on E flat for a little bit and then go up to F. And then we'll start the verse riff afterwards. To recap, it sounds like this. So let's take a look at the lead guitar for the introduction. It's going to sound like this. And I'm going to play along with some of the rhythmic parts just so it makes a bit more sense. So let's talk about that then. So, like I said, it's following the rhythmic progression. And when we get to that C, halfway through it, we do the unison bend. We're going to be anchoring at the 3rd and 5th frets of our index finger there, 3rd fret of the B, and we've got our middle and ring fingers at the 5th fret of the G. We're going to bend it up, bring it down, and then we're going to move our index finger, roll it over from the 3rd fret of the B over to the G, because we're going to pull off, and then we're going to land down at the 5th fret of the D there. So we're going to repeat that twice then, and that's going to sound like this. On the third time round, we're going to keep following it, only this time when it goes up to the D and the G, etc., when it goes up to the D, we're just going to hold down doing those unison bends right up until we go into the verse, and that will sound like this. And you can see there on the very last bend, I'm bringing it down just a little bit and then bringing it up at the last second. Moving on into our verse then, we're going to be playing something like this. So you can see off the back of our main riff, doing that D minor to C minor, then playing the C minor another time, sliding back up to D, then down to G minor, and the same thing again, that D minor to C minor, back up to D minor. I'm going to jump over to F at the 8th fret, and from there we can build some momentum to go back into our main riff. We're now going to take a look at the chorus riff, or lead guitar if you like, and it sounds like this. Starting at the 6th fret of the B with our middle finger there, we're then going to bring over our ring finger to play the 7th fret of the G, and then the 5th fret of the G. We're then going to bring over our pinky to play the 8th fret of the B, and then we're going to slide that down to play the 6th fret of the B, still with our pinky finger, because we're going to pull it off to the 3rd fret. We're then going to land on the 5th fret of the G there, and then we're going to go into the unison bend. And if you're familiar with our introduction that we did, it's a very similar thing here, bending up. We can play the bent note, and then play the 3rd fret of the B if we want as well, separately. And then we can play the bent note, bring it down. As we do that, we're going to bring over our index finger to now the 3rd fret of the G from the B, just rolling it over so we can pull off and then land at the 5th fret of the D there. In full it sounds like this. If you want to make it a little bit more interesting, I've got a whammy 5 pedal which has the feature to add in an extra octave, high or low. Sometimes I like to add that in, it's a nice little sound. If you're playing it live, might be a good idea. I've also seen it been played a couple different ways. When Liam plays it live, their guitar player does it like this. And I've also seen it playing like this as well. Let's take a look at the post-chorus / bridge riff. It sounds like this. Simply starting in at the 7th fret of the G, 5th fret, 3rd fret, then D string, going same thing, 7, 5, 3. Then we're going to go 5th fret of the A, and then we're going to slide down 2 frets and we're going to play this little riff. And that's going from the 3rd fret and 1st frets then on the A string. It sounds like this. When they play it live, I also see the second guitar player doing a higher up bit, which sounds like this. Which is 10th fret of the high E, then 8th fret, 6th fret, then same thing on the B string, 10, 8, 6, then middle finger coming over to the 7th fret of the G, then we're going to be jumping over to the 10th fret of the D, same thing between 10 and 8. So there's just another idea for you, just in case you got the extra guitar. If we've only got the one guitar, I would add in the extra octave, just like we did with the chorus riff, and we could do a couple of ideas with that. Or we could do it the other way around, playing the higher bit. Just an idea for you. When we go back to our bridge / post-chorus riff, there's a bit of a mini solo in there in the second time round, and that sounds like this. So this bit is really broken up into 2 guitars, ideally. I just did it there for demonstration purposes. So you've got one guitar doing this bit, and so you can see there, I'm just kind of really hammering down that kind of 3rd and 1st fret kind of riff, letting that 1st fret ring out, and then the second time round, going from the 3rd fret of the A, 1st fret, and then bending the 3rd fret of the A, while the kind of mini solo goes on. At the other end of the spectrum then, the other guitar's doing this. A little bit of a kind of double stops thing going on. We're going to be sliding into the 12th fret of the G. I like to bring in the ring finger there to the 12th fret of the E, and we're simply just going to slide those back 2 frets. So now we're at the 10th fret of the G and E. And for the second bit, we can slide into the 7th fret of the G, and then instead of doing double stops this time, we're going to do individual notes, sliding this up to the 7th fret like I said, and then bringing our pinky or ring finger over to the 8th fret of the E, and sliding that down to the 6th fret. You could also do that up on the D string. You could slide it up to the 12th fret, and then use our ring finger or pinky to play the 13th fret there of the B, and slide it down to the 11th fret. So we've got a couple of options for that one. Okay, so that's been my lesson on Wall of Glass by Liam Gallagher. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.